Did you know that in some UK cities, immigrants now make up nearly 40% of the population? Shocking, right? But what's even more surprising is how this rapid rise in numbers is putting enormous pressure on housing, schools, and hospitals. Are these cities on the verge of collapse? Or can they find a way to thrive despite the strain? Imagine this: a once quiet town now overflowing with people, where affordable housing has become a distant dream. Classrooms are packed beyond capacity, and hospital waiting times seem endless. For some, it's a story of opportunity and growth. For others, it's a ticking time bomb of overcrowding and social tension. In today's video, we'll dive into the 10 UK cities most overwhelmed by immigration. We'll uncover the places grappling with skyrocketing populations, dwindling resources, and a delicate balance between economic benefits and social challenges. From the bustling streets of London, where millions compete for space and services, to smaller towns like Luton and Peterborough, where the rapid influx of people has shocked local communities, this is a story that affects us all. But the big question is, what's the real cost of this immigration boom? Could these cities become examples of successful integration, or are we witnessing the breaking point of Britain's infrastructure? Watch the complete video as we reveal the eye-opening facts and figures that will leave you questioning what lies ahead for these cities and the country as a whole. Number 10. Sheffield. Let's start with Sheffield, a city that has seen dramatic changes in its population over the last 2 decades. Known for its industrial heritage and iconic steel industry, Sheffield has become a hotspot for immigration, particularly from Eastern Europe, the Middle East, and South Asia. While this has brought cultural vibrancy to the city, it has also created serious challenges that residents are grappling with today. Over the past 10 years, Sheffield's population has grown by over 8%, with much of this increase driven by immigration. This has put a strain on the city's housing market, where affordable housing is now in short supply. Many families are forced into overcrowded living conditions, creating tensions in neighbourhoods that were once quiet and spacious. The strain doesn't stop there. Sheffield's healthcare system is feeling the impact, with hospital waiting times increasing significantly due to the higher demand. GP surgeries are struggling to take on new patients, leaving many residents frustrated and feeling neglected. In the city's schools, the story is much the same. Classrooms are now overcrowded, and teachers are stretched thin, trying to cater to students from diverse backgrounds, some of whom are learning English as a second language. Sheffield is also grappling with social integration challenges. While many communities have embraced diversity, others are struggling to adjust, leading to rising social tensions and concerns about how resources are being allocated. So, what's next for Sheffield? Can the city find a way to balance the opportunities immigration brings with the challenges it creates? Or is it on a path that will further strain its already overwhelmed infrastructure? Stay tuned as we continue to explore the cities facing these critical challenges. Number 9. Peterborough. Peterborough, a small yet rapidly growing city in Cambridgeshire, has become a focal point of immigration-related challenges in the UK. Known for its historic architecture and vibrant local economy, the city has seen an influx of immigrants in recent years, particularly from Eastern Europe, creating a stark divide between opportunity and strain. Peterborough's population has increased significantly, with immigrants now making up over 20% of the city's residents. This rapid growth has overwhelmed the city's housing market, leading to a crisis in affordable housing. Families often find themselves competing for a limited number of rental properties, with some forced into shared accommodations that lack basic living standards. The city's job market is also feeling the effects. While immigrants have bolstered certain sectors, such as agriculture and manufacturing, this has sparked concerns among local residents about job availability and fair wages. The increased competition has sometimes resulted in rising tensions between communities. Education is another area under pressure. Schools in Peterborough are struggling to accommodate the growing number of students, many of whom require additional support due to language barriers. teachers face mounting workloads, which can affect the overall quality of education. Meanwhile, the healthcare system is stretched to its limits. GP surgeries and hospitals report longer waiting times, frustrating both new arrivals and long-time residents. The city's changing demographic has sparked debates about integration and identity, with some locals worried about the erosion of traditional community values, while others celebrate the cultural diversity that immigration brings. Peterborough stands as a vivid example of the complex balance between the benefits and challenges of immigration, a microcosm of the broader issues facing the UK today. Number 8. Glasgow. Glasgow, Scotland's largest city, has long been known for its resilience and rich cultural heritage. Over recent years, it has become a significant destination for immigrants, particularly asylum seekers and refugees. While this influx has brought new perspectives and energy to the city, it has also magnified existing challenges in infrastructure and resources. A key driver of immigration to Glasgow has been the city's participation in the UK's asylum dispersal programme, which places asylum seekers in various cities across the country. Glasgow has welcomed thousands of people fleeing conflict and hardship, particularly from countries such as Syria, Afghanistan, and Eritrea. While the city's compassionate approach is commendable, the sheer scale of arrivals has put its public services under immense pressure. The housing situation in Glasgow is dire, with thousands of immigrants placed in temporary accommodations that are often overcrowded or poorly maintained. Long-term residents also face difficulty finding affordable housing, creating tensions in some areas. The healthcare system is similarly strained. Hospitals and clinics are struggling to meet the needs of a growing population, with many asylum seekers requiring specialised care, including mental health support after experiencing trauma. This adds to the burden on an already overstretched system. In Glasgow schools, teachers are tasked with accommodating an increasingly diverse student body, many of whom are non-native English speakers. While this diversity enriches the learning environment, it also creates challenges in providing equal educational opportunities for all students. Despite these challenges, Glasgow's communities continue to show incredible resilience and hospitality. However, the city faces a delicate balancing act as it works to support both its existing population and the newcomers who call Glasgow home. The question remains, how much more can the city's infrastructure bear before significant reforms are needed? Number 7. Slough. Slough, a relatively small town west of London, has experienced a dramatic transformation over the past 2 decades due to its growing immigrant population. Known for its proximity to Heathrow Airport and a thriving industrial base, Slough has become a magnet for workers from across Europe, South Asia, and beyond. While immigration has brought economic benefits to the area, it has also created significant challenges for the town's infrastructure and resources. One of Slough's most pressing issues is its housing crisis. The town's population has surged by more than 20% in recent years, far outpacing the availability of affordable housing. Many families find themselves in overcrowded accommodations or face skyrocketing rents as demand consistently exceeds supply. This has led to frustration and resentment among long-time residents who feel priced out of their own community. The town's education system is also under severe strain. Schools are struggling to keep up with the rising number of students, many of whom require additional support to overcome language barriers. Class sizes have swelled, and resources are stretched thin, leaving educators overwhelmed and parents concerned about the quality of education. Healthcare services in Slough paint a similar picture. Local GPs and hospitals report an increased demand for appointments and treatments, leading to longer waiting times for residents. Immigrants, particularly those new to the UK, often face difficulties accessing these services due to bureaucratic hurdles and lack of tailored support. Social integration remains a challenge in Slough, where the pace of change has left some residents feeling alienated. While the town thrives on its diversity, tensions occasionally flare as communities adjust to the evolving cultural landscape. Slough is a vivid example of how smaller towns can struggle to cope with the rapid changes brought by immigration, even as they benefit from its economic contributions. Number 6. Bradford. Bradford, a city in West Yorkshire, has become one of the UK's most diverse urban areas, with immigration playing a significant role in its transformation. Known for its historic textile industry and cultural landmarks, Bradford is now home to a large immigrant population, particularly from South Asia. While this diversity has brought vibrancy to the city, it has also created challenges that affect daily life for many residents. One of Bradford's most critical issues is its housing shortage. With a rapidly growing population, the demand for affordable housing has skyrocketed, leaving many families in cramped or substandard living conditions. Entire neighbourhoods have seen a rise in overcrowded homes, causing tensions between landlords and tenants, as well as among long-time residents and newcomers. The city's education system has also been stretched thin. Bradford schools are facing record high enrolments, with many classrooms operating at full capacity. Teachers are tasked with supporting students from a range of cultural and linguistic backgrounds, which often means additional resources are needed for language support and integration programs. Despite their efforts, the pressure on educators is undeniable. Healthcare in Bradford tells a similar story. Hospitals and GP surgeries are overwhelmed, struggling to provide timely services to a growing population. Residents often report long waiting times and difficulty booking appointments, sparking frustrations across the community. Social integration is another area of concern in Bradford. While many residents celebrate the city's diversity, others feel the rapid changes have created divides rather than unity. Tensions occasionally arise over the allocation of resources and cultural misunderstandings, making integration efforts more critical than ever. Bradford is a city that exemplifies both the opportunities and challenges of immigration. Its story is one of resilience, but also a stark reminder of the limits of local infrastructure when population growth outpaces preparation. We put a lot of time and effort into bringing you videos like this, packed with thought-provoking insights and eye-opening facts. If you found this video valuable, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Which city's story surprised you the most? And don't forget, your one click to subscribe means the world to us and helps us continue creating more content for you. Number 5. Luton. Luton, a town just north of London, has become a focal point for immigration and population growth in the UK. Known for its airport and industrial base, Luton has attracted a diverse mix of immigrants from Europe, South Asia, and Africa over the past few decades. While this has injected energy and cultural richness into the town, it has also led to serious challenges for local services and residents. Housing in Luton is under immense strain. The town's population has grown by over 10% in the past decade, putting immense pressure on its already limited housing stock. Affordable housing is scarce, and many families are forced into overcrowded or substandard living conditions. Rising rents have only added to the frustration, especially for long-term residents who feel priced out of their own communities. Education is another area feeling the impact. Luton's schools are operating at full capacity, with many struggling to accommodate the growing number of students. Language barriers and diverse cultural needs require additional resources, leaving teachers overwhelmed and parents concerned about the quality of education their children are receiving. The town's healthcare system is also overburdened. Hospitals and GP surgeries report longer waiting times and increased demand for services. Immigrants, particularly new arrivals, often face challenges in accessing healthcare, including navigating the system and overcoming language obstacles. Social integration in Luton is a delicate issue. While many celebrate the town's diversity, rapid population growth has created tensions between communities, particularly over competition for resources. Some residents feel left behind as the town continues to evolve at a rapid pace. Luton exemplifies the fine line between thriving through diversity and struggling under the weight of rapid growth. Its story highlights the need for sustainable planning and community-focused solutions. Number 4. Leicester. Leicester, often celebrated as one of the most diverse cities in the UK, is home to a population where more than 50% of residents come from ethnic minority backgrounds. While this cultural diversity has made Leicester a vibrant and dynamic place to live, it has also placed significant pressure on the city's infrastructure, housing, and public services. One of Leicester's biggest challenges is its housing market. With a rapidly growing population, demand for affordable homes far exceeds supply. Many families, especially in immigrant communities, are forced to live in overcrowded conditions or seek housing in less desirable areas. Rising rents have become a major concern, leaving both new arrivals and long-time residents struggling to make ends meet. Leicester's education system is also under strain. Schools are struggling to keep up with the number of children requiring places, and classrooms are often overcrowded. Teachers face the additional challenge of supporting students from diverse cultural and linguistic backgrounds, which demands extra resources and time. Despite these efforts, the strain on the system is palpable, leaving some parents worried about the future of their children's education. Healthcare in Leicester tells a similar story. Hospitals and GP surgeries are overwhelmed by the growing demand, leading to long waiting times and reduced availability of appointments. Immigrants, particularly those who are new to the system, often encounter barriers such as language difficulties and limited access to information. Social integration remains a contentious issue in Leicester. While the city thrives on its multiculturalism, some residents feel that rapid change has created divides over resources and opportunities. Efforts to promote unity and understanding are ongoing, but the challenges remain significant. Leicester's story showcases the complex balance between celebrating diversity and managing the pressures that come with rapid population growth. Number 3. Manchester. Manchester, often referred to as the heart of the North, has long been a hub of cultural diversity and economic opportunity. With its thriving industries, renowned universities, and vibrant cultural scene, it's no wonder the city has attracted immigrants from all over the world. However, Manchester's growing population has brought significant challenges, leaving local infrastructure and services struggling to keep up. One of the most pressing issues in Manchester is its housing shortage. The city has experienced a population boom, with immigrants contributing significantly to this growth. Affordable housing is now in critically short supply, pushing families into overcrowded conditions or forcing them to pay exorbitant rents. Some areas have seen the emergence of makeshift accommodations, reflecting the severity of the crisis. The city's healthcare system is also under immense pressure. Hospitals and GP surgeries are reporting longer waiting times and resource shortages as they work to accommodate the needs of a rapidly expanding population. Immigrants, particularly new arrivals, face additional hurdles in accessing healthcare, such as navigating the system and overcoming language barriers. Manchester's education sector is feeling the strain as well. Schools across the city are operating at full capacity, with many facing challenges in integrating students from diverse backgrounds. Teachers are stretched thin, managing larger class sizes and the additional demands of language support programs. Social integration in Manchester presents a complex picture. While many celebrate the city's multicultural identity, rapid changes have created tensions in some neighbourhoods, particularly over competition for jobs, housing, and other resources. Efforts to foster community cohesion are ongoing, but challenges persist. Manchester exemplifies the opportunities and difficulties that come with diversity and immigration, serving as a reminder of the importance of strategic planning and investment in infrastructure. Number 3. Manchester. Manchester, often referred to as the heart of the North, has long been a hub of cultural diversity and economic opportunity. With its thriving industries, renowned universities, and vibrant cultural scene, it's no wonder the city has attracted immigrants from all over the world. However, Manchester's growing population has brought significant challenges, leaving local infrastructure and services struggling to keep up. One of the most pressing issues in Manchester is its housing shortage. The city has experienced a population boom, with immigrants contributing significantly to this growth. Affordable housing is now in critically short supply, pushing families into overcrowded conditions or forcing them to pay exorbitant rents. Some areas have seen the emergence of makeshift accommodations, reflecting the severity of the crisis. The city's healthcare system is also under immense pressure. Hospitals and GP surgeries are reporting longer waiting times and resource shortages as they work to accommodate the needs of a rapidly expanding population. Immigrants, particularly new arrivals, face additional hurdles in accessing healthcare, such as navigating the system and overcoming language barriers. Manchester's education sector is feeling the strain as well. Schools across the city are operating at full capacity, with many facing challenges in integrating students from diverse backgrounds. Teachers are stretched thin, managing larger class sizes and the additional demands of language support programs. Social integration in Manchester presents a complex picture. While many celebrate the city's multicultural identity, rapid changes have created tensions in some neighbourhoods, particularly over competition for jobs, housing, and other resources. Efforts to foster community cohesion are ongoing, but challenges persist. Manchester exemplifies the opportunities and difficulties that come with diversity and immigration, serving as a reminder of the importance of strategic planning and investment in infrastructure. Number 1. London. London, the UK's capital and one of the world's most iconic cities, is often seen as the ultimate destination for immigrants seeking opportunity. With its global reputation for finance, culture, and education, London has long been a magnet for people from every corner of the globe. But this unparalleled diversity comes with immense challenges as the city grapples with overcrowding, resource strain, and social pressures. Housing in London is at a breaking point. The city's population has surged to over 9 million, with immigrants accounting for nearly 40% of its residents. This influx has pushed the demand for affordable housing to unprecedented levels. Rent prices in London are among the highest in the world, forcing many families into cramped or substandard living conditions. Entire neighbourhoods have seen rapid gentrification, displacing lower-income residents and creating stark divides between the rich and poor. London's healthcare system is also under enormous strain. NHS services are stretched thin, with hospitals reporting record-high patient numbers and GP surgeries struggling to keep up with the demand for appointments. Immigrants often face challenges accessing healthcare, including long waiting times and difficulties navigating the system. The city's education sector is no different. Schools in many boroughs are overcrowded, with classrooms bursting at the seams. Teachers are working tirelessly to support students from a wide range of cultural and linguistic backgrounds, but the need for resources far outweighs what's available. Social integration in London is a complex issue. While the city thrives on its multicultural identity, rapid changes have led to tensions in some communities. Concerns over job competition, resource allocation, and cultural clashes persist despite ongoing efforts to foster unity. London represents both the promise and the peril of immigration, showcasing the incredible opportunities diversity brings while highlighting the critical need for sustainable urban planning. Immigration is a subject that stirs intense emotions, and for good reason. It touches every aspect of daily life, from housing to jobs, education, and healthcare. While the challenges facing these cities are undeniable, it's important to remember that they also reflect the UK's role as a global hub of opportunity and refuge. The influx of immigrants has brought not only diversity, but also valuable contributions to the economy, culture, and innovation in these urban centres. Cities like London, Birmingham, and Glasgow have become symbols of resilience, adapting to rapid changes while striving to maintain their unique identities. These challenges aren't just problems to solve, they're opportunities to rethink how resources are managed, how communities can thrive together, and how the nation can build a more sustainable future. While overcrowding and resource strain are real issues, they also present a chance for governments, local authorities, and communities to work together toward lasting solutions. By addressing housing shortages, improving public services, and fostering social cohesion, these cities have the potential to turn today's struggles into tomorrow's strengths. The road ahead may be challenging, but it's not without hope or the possibility of transformation. Solution: the challenges posed by immigration in these cities may seem overwhelming, but solutions are possible with strategic planning and collaboration. Addressing these issues requires a multifaceted approach that balances the needs of both immigrants and long-term residents, while investing in the infrastructure and services that support them. 1. Invest in affordable housing. Governments and local authorities must prioritise building more affordable housing to meet growing demand. Public-private partnerships can play a key role in funding these projects, ensuring that all communities have access to safe and sustainable homes. Additionally, measures to regulate rent and prevent exploitation in the housing market are essential. 2. Expand and improve public services. Increased funding for healthcare and education is critical. Expanding hospital capacity, hiring more healthcare professionals, and providing language support services can help alleviate strain on the NHS. Similarly, schools need more resources to manage diverse classrooms effectively, including hiring additional staff and offering tailored programs for non-English speaking students. 3. Promote social integration. Programs that encourage cultural exchange and community-building activities can help reduce tensions and foster unity. Local councils should actively engage with both immigrant and long-term resident communities to address concerns and build trust. 4. Long-term urban planning. Governments must implement policies that anticipate future population growth, ensuring that cities are prepared to handle increased demands on infrastructure and resources. 5. National immigration policies. Balanced immigration policies can help manage the flow of newcomers, ensuring cities aren't overwhelmed while still welcoming those in need. By addressing these issues head-on, cities can turn challenges into opportunities, creating a more harmonious and thriving environment for everyone. These solutions require effort and commitment, but offer a roadmap to a sustainable and inclusive future. Thank you for watching. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Which cities' challenges surprised you the most, and how do you think they can be solved? Drop your ideas in the comments below. Don't forget to check out our previous video for more eye-opening content. We put a lot of effort into creating content like this, so please hit that subscribe button. It's just one click, but it means the world to us and keeps us going.